Hi everybody, Michael here. Today's video is all about the triceps. I'm going to take you through what I feel are the best exercises for building bigger, thicker, stronger triceps, and also how to shape and tone and sculpt the triceps as well. The triceps are a very important body part, and when we're talking about the upper arm, oftentimes the triceps tend to come secondary to the biceps for a lot of people. You just ask somebody, to flex the muscle, and what do? We flex the bicep. The tricep is actually a bigger muscle than the bicep. We have three separate heads that make up the tricep as to two that make up the bicep. Triceps also contribute a lot into a lot of other exercises, specifically any kind of a pressing motion, bench pressing, chest pressing, incline pressing, shoulder pressing, and various of floor exercises that we do from a push-up or plank position. So in my opinion, you really can't have strong enough triceps. It'll help in a lot of other exercises. So whether your goal is to build bigger arms, or a lot of times we want to shape and tone up the back of the arm. We've got some body fat back here that might be a little bit stubborn. I'm going to go over all the exercises that I feel are the best for building up the muscle, building up the triceps to make it bigger and stronger, and the best exercises that are going to help sculpt and tone the triceps. Today's video, I'm also going to take you through an exact workout that I use for my triceps, and this is a workout that is specific to building bigger, stronger triceps. Hey guys, so before we actually go into the exercises, I wanted to just touch on one thing, and that is the difference between building up muscle mass and actually making the triceps bigger and stronger versus sculpting and toning and losing some body fat and all the things that kind of go along with that with respect to the actual exercises. So I just wanted to say that the exercises themselves, there's not really much change. If you're trying to tone and sculpt your arms, make your triceps smaller and leaner, all the exercises that I'm going to show you are going to be pretty much the same. The difference lies in when we're training for strength, size, and mass. So if we're bodybuilding and we're trying to make the triceps bigger, there are a couple exercises that you're going to want to do, and I highly recommend them, and I'll kind of walk you through all of these exercises and the differences. So whether you're man or woman, regardless of your goals, these exercises are all going to be invaluable to you. Many people feel that there are certain exercises that will specifically and solely just make your arms bigger. So a lot of times people will avoid certain exercises like the plague. That really isn't true. The difference is when we're training to become leaner and lose body fat, and we're talking about tricep training today, the big difference is your rep range, the amount of weight you're going to be working with, and the big one here comes is nutrition and diet. So if you're trying to build bigger muscles, you want to work with heavier weights. You're trying to make the muscles larger, you're going to want to eat more protein, more calories. So the exercises for toning, shaping, sculpting, leaning out the triceps, they're going to be pretty much the same exercises, other than maybe two, which I'm going to show you, that are best set up for building bigger arms. Okay, so we're going to look at the tricep exercises, and we're going to start the workout and start the exercises on a tricep cable pushdown. Now I'm often asked, Mike, what is the best handlebar to do this exercise with? And I'm going to say there really isn't one which is better than the other. I suggest that you experiment with all the different kind of handles. I do want to mention one thing though. So we have a straight bar, we have an easy curl bar that's got the bend in the handlebar, we've got this traditional one which is the V bar, and then we also have, this one is popular, we got the rope. Okay, they're all good, but I just wanted to explain and touch on the main difference here. So if we look at the straight bar first, when your hands are straight, the bar locks your wrists. So I find that for most people, including myself, that a straight bar pushdown, performing this exercise with a straight bar, is hardest on the wrists. The more of an angle we have on the bar, the easier it is on the wrists. So this is a little bit more challenging. I find doing it with a bend in the bar, where your hands are like this in the curve, a little easier on the wrists. And then of course when we have a triangle bar like this, or the rope, this would be the most accommodating for the wrist. But they all work. I'm just going to say experiment with what you feel works best for you and what is easiest on your wrists and works your triceps the hardest. So for this demonstration, for this video, I'm going to be using the V-bar. Okay, so technique here, let's go over the technique first. So I like to get all 10 fingers, thumbs, over top of the bar. Everything's on top. I don't like the fist grip. Again, I find this a little bit hard on the wrist when we're up in here into the chest. Okay, so all 10 fingers on top. Really strong grip. First thing, you want to get it down to about your chest, and then we're going to walk in. Now, angles here are kind of important. I like to keep people straight up. Chest has got to be up, head has got to be up. You don't want to be down in here rounding out. Okay, so you keep your chest high. Now, if you can kind of tell, my forearms are roughly parallel to the floor. This is the top of the push down. You can kind of come up a little bit. I like to bring my hands and my wrists just above the bottom of my chest. The other really important thing with this is keeping your elbows pinned in tight. Okay? All I'm going to do is I'm going to push straight down to the legs, around pelvis, up slowly to the bottom of the chest. Right back down, right up to the bottom of the chest. I like to get a little half-second pause every time at the bottom and just really fully contract the triceps, locking out the elbows, under control up, right back down. Now, hopefully the camera can pick this up, but I'm trying to keep the bar no more than 3 inches from my body the entire time. Okay? When we get tired, the arms and the cable and the bar drift in front, way out in front of us. We want to keep it in tight. It's almost like we're trying to drag the bar up our abdomen. All right, so I'm going to pump out a few here. Here we go. 4, 3. Chest is up, chin is up. And another thing, big, important, keep your abs tight. And that's how we do a tricep push down. One last thing, so with the rope puts our hands a little bit more in this up and down position, almost like a hammer, okay? But the rope is a little bit more flimsy, a little bit more precarious, and a lot of times that actually can make your triceps work a little bit harder. So I would try both, see what works best for you. Okay, so in my opinion, for developing bigger, stronger, more powerful triceps, and again, here not to confuse anybody, but if you're trying to increase the strength of your triceps, and you're going to want to do that if your goal is to sculpt and tone and lose body fat back here, because strength is something that needs to be addressed early on, right at the start of your program. So this is the best exercise, in my opinion, for increasing the strength of your triceps, and this is the narrow grip bench press, the close grip bench press. So I'm going to lie back here. Maybe we can kind of bring the camera in a little bit tighter, and I want to just show a little bit where you're going to grip and how you're going to set up on this. Okay, so this is a traditional bench press, but I'm going to do this with a close grip. Okay, now just a quick little difference here. Now, if we're doing a traditional bench press to work the chest, we take a pretty wide grip. Anything out here, if we can see these little lines, little knurlings on the bar, one of the fingers here. Now for triceps, right, we want to bring this in approximately shoulders width apart. Now someone out there is going to say, no, for triceps we got to bring it in here, in here. And I can tell you this, that a lot of people will do their tricep pressing with a really close grip, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches apart, and I promise you that over time you will have a wrist problem. Okay, so I find that this is too close, it's not comfortable on the wrists. We go too wide, we start emphasizing the chest muscles and a little too much shoulders. So we go right in about shoulders width apart. Now my grip for tricep presses is right there. So I'm about 1 centimeter to 1 inch outside of this little line on the bar right here. Okay, for me this works perfectly. It's a lot of triceps. Now setting up here, I'm going to keep my chest as high as I can. I've got a little bit of an arch in my lower back. And you can't really tell here, but like any bench pressing, we're trying to squeeze the shoulders in nice and tight. When I push the bar up and lower it, I'm going to let my elbows kind of tuck in a little bit into their sides as opposed to flaring straight in, which is hard on the shoulders. So I'm going to take the bar up. So here we are. So I'm trying to keep my chest high, and I'm going to let my elbows travel a little bit forward, kind of tucking them into my sides and into my armpits. This is going to isolate the triceps a little bit. Okay, a little bit better. So we come down under control, elbows in, and then right back up. Elbows in, right back up. Elbows in, right back up. Now I come down under control and then explode up. Under control and explode up. So we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. And then I'm going to rack it. And that's the set. So here I am going into what would be my second set. I've added a little bit of weight. This is a little bit more of a respectable weight for this exercise. I've got 2 plates on the bar here, 225. So if the goal here is to build bigger triceps, strength, power, bigger arms, you want to keep your rep ranges anywhere in that 6 to 10 rep neighborhood. And for me, this weight is going to do it. I just wanted to capture this and show people what the intensity looks like for me and how you can apply it to yourself and on how hard you want to work for the goal of building bigger triceps. So here we go. This is going to put me right in around 6 to 8 reps probably today. But I'm going to bring my grip in nice and tight as I did before. All the same things are going to apply. I'm going to try to pull my elbows in just a bit, under control down, and explosive up. And here we go. Ooh, getting heavy today. Maybe got one more here. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so today that was a hard 7. But again, if the goal is to build bigger triceps, that's where you want to be. 6 to 10 reps. I got 7. Another extremely valuable and often underutilized exercise for tricep training, and again, this is a great exercise for improving your tricep power and strength. It's good for mass. We call this the floor press. Now this can be done with a barbell. You can lie down on a floor in a squat rack. Highly recommend having a spotter if you're doing it with a barbell to have a spotter. I'm going to do this with the dumbbells. Now what this does is I'm going to lie back and I'm going to basically do a tricep press. Similar to a dumbbell press for the chest, but I'm going to try to draw my elbows in again. The closer we keep those elbows in, the more we emphasize the triceps. Also, the floor limits the depth. So we take a little bit of the stretch and the expansion on the chest and on the shoulders, and that's going to drive a little bit more stress again into the triceps. Okay, so this is a tricep floor press, and I would recommend doing this exercise if you're not going to do the traditional close grip bench press that I demonstrated earlier. I would pick one of these pressing exercises as your power exercise for your tricep routine. Okay, so setup is pretty simple. We get the weights up on the legs. Okay, there we go, we got them there. And then all you do is just rock back. And there we are. So chest pressing, we're out here. Tricep pressing, we're going to be in tight. Okay, so what we do is we explode up, and then I like to pause on the bottom for a half a second. So here we go. Up. So after our tricep pushdowns as our first exercise, as our warm-up exercise for the arms and the elbows, triceps, followed by the close grip bench press or a variation of a floor press, brings us to any variation of a lying skull crusher. Now this can be done with dumbbells. It's traditionally done with a bar or an easy curl bar. I'm going to show you both today. Okay, so I've got my dumbbells here. It's as simple as lying back, and we'll start. So I'm going to rock back, okay? Now, what I like to do, and again here, the name of the game here is to put as much stress on the triceps as possible. So this is going to depend on the amount of stretch and stress we can put on the triceps. So if I start with my arms here at 90 degrees, okay, what I like to do is lower the dumbbells right beside my ears almost to touch the bench. Grip is very important here, so you really have to squeeze the dumbbells as hard as you can. You'll get more out of your triceps if you do that. So strong grip. I'm going to lower slow, right to my ears, down to the bench. So I'm going to stretch the triceps out, and then right back up, explode. Right back down, explode. Right back down, elbows pointing straight up to the ceiling, and explode. Now, I'm going to just show you another variation of this. So right now my arms are at 90 degrees. If I was to start this exercise at about 80 or 70 degrees, I have stress on my triceps straight on my triceps right off the bat, as opposed to if I was here. This is a little bit more of a resting position at 90. So this makes it a little bit harder if we start at about 80, 75 degrees, and then we lower the weights a little bit lower past our head and our bench. So we come down, a little deeper, a little lower, right back up to about 80. Right there, right back up to about 80. Yeah, these are getting tough. Okay, so that's how we would do this with dumbbells. Now let's take a look and see what it looks like done with an easy curl bar. So same thing there. I'm going to start at, actually, you know what? This one's actually done better if we start at 80, okay? Now, I don't know if the camera can pick up the little hollow part in the middle of the barbell. I'm going to try to lower that bend kind of behind my head. All right, so we come down with the bar behind the head, 80 degrees at the top. Okay, I'm trying to keep my elbows a little bit inward. Okay, I'm gripping the bar hard, elbows slightly in, right back up, 80 degrees at the top. Try to be as balanced as you can. Okay, strong grip, and explode up. And that's how we do this with the easy curl bar. Just one last thing here. So obviously the difference is doing it with a barbell as opposed to doing it with dumbbells. And the dumbbells allow you a little bit more freedom with what your hands and your wrists are going to do, whereas the bar will lock your hands in this exact same fixed position the whole time. Both are good, both work. Again, experiment with what you feel works your triceps the best and what allows you to feel the most safe. So again, just to recap everything that we did, and this is how I would program this into your own workouts. For a tricep workout, regardless of your goals, if it's to build bigger muscles, stronger, more powerful triceps, trying to sculpt them, lean them out, the way I would organize your workouts would be to start with tricep pushdowns, a variation of a pushdown to warm up the elbows, anywhere between 3 to 4 sets. Second exercise would be a close grip bench press or a dumbbell floor press, 3 to 4 sets there. And then I would finish off with some variation of a lying skull crusher done with dumbbells or an easy curl bar, and 3 to 4 sets there, depending on your ability. Again, the difference between training for size and strength and power versus training for shape and symmetry and sculpting and toning up the muscles is going to be your rep range and your nutrition. So if you're trying to get bigger, you need to eat for size. If you're trying to get leaner, you need to eat a smarter diet, lower calories, and try to burn off body fat. So lastly, I wanted to leave everybody with an exact example of one of my tricep workouts. If you haven't tried this, I highly recommend giving this a shot. This is really, really tough. It's a circuit. So the way I train triceps often, I'll start with my power exercise, the narrow grip bench press, and I'll knock out 4 sets or more, trying to lift as much as I can. This is more for size. After you get your tricep bench pressing, your close grip bench pressing done and out of the way, I like to perform this, it's called a giant set. So a giant set is 3 exercises, 1, 2, 3, done without any rest in between. And I like to finish my tricep workout doing 2 or 3 rounds of what I'm going to show you right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is a tricep cable push down without any rest, right into a dumbbell lying skull crusher, and then right into tricep push-ups on the floor. If you haven't tried this before, this will blast your arms. It's phenomenal for the triceps. Give it a shot. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to start with my tricep push down. I'm going to adjust the weight. That's a little too easy. Okay, so what I want to try to do here is get somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 to 10 reps on each exercise. So there we go. I'm in. 1, 2. Okay, from the tricep push down, we go right into a skull crusher. Grab the dumbbells. Got any rest? Right in, here we go. Now I didn't demonstrate a push-up in this tricep video yet, because if you have all this other equipment, I would use that, but this is a great finisher for this kind of a workout. So we go right into a tricep push-up, which is going to be about shoulders width apart, not into the diamond position. This is not good for the wrist. So we go shoulders apart, and we're going to tuck the elbows in tight. Down, boom, down, drive. Drive. Keep your abs tight. And 10. So there we go. So, tricep cable push down, pick the handle you want, right into a dumbbell or a barbell lying skull crusher, right to the floor, tricep push-ups, shoulders width apart. It is awesome for the arms. Give it a shot. I hope you enjoyed my video today on tricep training. I hope you got something from this, found it informative. If you liked it, please hit the like button and leave some comments in the section below. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my next videos. The next one's going to be 1 set of dumbbells, whole body workout. Check it out. Have a great day, guys. Train hard.